Dr. Robert Redfield was totally misquoted in the media on a statement about the fall season and the virus. Totally misquoted.
You were accurately quoted, correct?
I'm accurately quoted in the Washington Post.
What Dr. Redfield clearly was asking for, just like we ask for every American to follow the guidelines, he's saying, please add to that guidelines getting your flu shot and making sure you're protected.
Say there's a good chance that COVID will not come back?
We don't know.
Or if it comes back, it's in a very small confined area that we put out.
Well, the great thing is we'll be able to find it earlier this time.
And it might not come back at all, Jeff. It may not come back at all. He's talking about a worst-case scenario where you have a big flu and you have some corona. But it's all possible. It's also possible it doesn't come back at all.
We will have coronavirus in the fall. I am convinced of that. There will be coronavirus in the fall.
It's unbelievable. Donald Trump repeatedly going against what all of the medical experts were saying. It was going to come back in the fall. He kept lying to the American people, knowing it would. In fact, it never went away. It didn't go away in April. And he got it in the fall.
Well, it's the fall now, 5 months after that briefing. And President Trump yesterday returned to the White House infected with coronavirus and struggling to breathe. He's now apparently going back to his talking points from the spring. This morning, tweeting, flu season is coming up. Many people every year, sometimes over 100,000, and despite the vaccine, die from the flu. Are we going to close down our country? No. We have learned to live with it, just like we're learning to live with COVID and most populations far less lethal. We remind people of what the president said to Bob Woodward on February 7th about the virus.
It goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. You know, the touch, you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is more deadly. This is 5 per... this is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
This is deadly stuff, Donald Trump admitted. Deadlier than the flu, 5 times deadlier than the flu, Donald Trump told Bob Woodward in February. And Willie, he lied in the spring, he lied in the summer, he's lying in the fall.
He's lied every step of the way.
Lying this morning while his doctor says he's still not out of the woods yet with the coronavirus. And remember, again, Herman Cain died several weeks after he was first infected with COVID. So the idea that this president's acting like he's immune from a disease, a deadly disease he still has, is sheer insanity, and the voters all know it. It's why he's getting crushed in the polls.
I always wanted to play it down. Another quote that the president gave to Bob Woodward. That's what he's doing here, except now we have him on tape showing that he understands how deadly and how serious this disease is. So now he's trying in a tweet this morning to downplay it. By the way, this is the exact same argument he was making back in early March. He sent out a nearly identical tweet, although the numbers he put out were different, on March the 9th, where he said, well, we have the flu and it kills a bunch of people every year and we don't shut down our society. He's saying that today, in early October, 7 months later, after 211,000 people have died and people's lives have been forever changed and kids aren't back to school. It's outrageous. And he's sitting here with coronavirus. And we all have the knowledge that he knows how serious it is because of the Woodward tapes. You put all that together, it's just another stunning tweet from this president. But we know he's making stuff up. We know he's seriously ill. And we know now, maybe to the extent we didn't know back in March when he was trying to make this case, how deadly serious COVID-19 is.
Well, Willie, as we've talked about in terms of other issues that might have been shocking, getting dirt on a political rival from a foreign country, the list goes on. That type of thing didn't impact working Americans' day-to-day lives, but COVID-19 does. It has killed 211,424 people so far. That's the count that we know about. Here's what Trump voters, Trump supporters are seeing now. That Trump said this virus would go away. The president now has coronavirus himself. Top members of his White House has the coronavirus. This president has held super spreader events across the country for months now, and every city he goes to, 2 weeks later, they get a pop in coronavirus cases. When he held the Tulsa event, he squished people together, including Herman Cain, maskless in the audience. We don't know where Herman Cain got it, but he died from it, okay? And now he is known as the president who held a super spreader event at his White House. And at least 8 people are now infected with the virus. That's where Trump voters stand with their truth now. That's one thing they can understand, because that virus can come knocking at their door too, and they know it.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.